When we can roll up our sleeves and start mucking around with our own desires and our own happiness, if we can program happiness directly somehow, which seems like a weird one because we habituate to things.
Yeah.
But then adaptation. Imagining we had little nano prostheses right integrated with the nervous system, flowing around the circulatory system, able to go everywhere in our bodies, making sure that we're free of cancers and blah, 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 blah. And essentially, allowing us to live for extended life spans, but also able to keep us happy.
Yeah.
And not in the way of the culture of addiction,
Yes.
but in the way of a culture of health and I mean, if we weren't unhappy, uptight, paranoid, freaked out, if we were, like bliss is actually pretty good, right? Buddhism as well, they're sort of into bliss. Does it take 20 years to get to bliss? Probably not.
I'm just trying to imagine being handed happiness and not knowing why, and I just can't imagine.
Few people have been taken this on, and one man who has is he's a transhumanist based in England. He has this massive website called HeadWeb, or it's got many, many, many angles and cubby holes and cul-de-sac and so on, but it's about he's taken on this hedonic imperative. It's his position that if we address happiness first at a biochemical level,
yes,
then all the other problems that we seem to be so beset by will just dissolve. So this is something that was proposed by Arthur Koestler as well, and Aldous Huxley, I suppose, although in an ironic kind of way. Soma, that little pill will make you happy.
Yeah.
But then later in life, he's the great enthusiast about psychedelics.
Yeah.
Koestler did psychedelics once, didn't like them at all. Yeah. But even at the end of his days, he was saying this is the way to solve our problems, is to take it on biochemically. So here we are, we have these massive atlases of neuroscience now, and we're building the massive atlases of our own molecular biology. And we have combinatory chemistry and rational drug design, and all these things are cooking in the laboratories. We have something I just discovered in the last couple of weeks, just astonished me, was that in the United States now, all over the United States, there are clinics that people can go to for treatment of depression and post-traumatic stress disorder, that administer ketamine, which is a dissociative, anesthetic, delusionogen, which kids used to do 10 and 20 years ago at raves to get really screamingly high out of their minds.
Yeah.
Now this is just in the past couple of years, appeared like magic, in shopping malls,
Yeah.
all over the United States. It's like, fuck,
So-
where did that come from?
Okay, so why didn't what would be your reason to not go for it? Or to put the entire planet on it?
No, I have this sense, and this is something William Burroughs at the end of his life came up. He came to the same conclusion that Sigmund Freud came to at the end of his life,
Yeah.
which was that our highest happiness is to serve other people. And we all get to throw ourselves on the bayonets. We all get to sacrifice ourselves for other people. It's what gives our lives purpose.
Yes.
So to deny people that by making them happy would kind of be well, if I think about it, if we're having this discussion and
Yes.
and it makes me think about it, and
Yeah.
I have to conclude, well, first I don't know.
Yeah.
It may be that David Pearce is right with his hedonic
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Pearce and Huxley and Kessler. But it may be that this is paradise already, and that we're actually already engaged in doing exactly what we're here to do. And we're fulfilling that just by becoming aware that, if we're suffering, yes, it's good. It's for, it's universal. I'm suffering for everyone. and this is maybe, I am kind of coming on a bit Christian here, but it's like if I were to sum up what McLuhan was about, or what he had this big turnaround moment. He had made this pact with God. Like, he didn't believe in God, and he didn't believe in religion, he didn't believe in any of that. But there was enough of it in his immediate environment. This is in the 1930s in England, and there were some rather celebrated converts to Catholicism, people that he really admired, and so on. And he was trying to figure out, I think, he really thought G.K. Chesterton was wonderful, but how can this wonderful person believe this crock of baloney? He was raised a Christian, and they're all fools. His brother was a minister, and he's a fool.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So he says, okay, God, I'm going to be here. I'll turn up every day and check in to see if if you have anything to tell me or anything to show me, And this went on for 2 or 3 years, and one morning, there he is, shows up, and God showed him. And that changed his life. He went out the next day and became a Catholic, and da-da-da-da-da. But what he was shown was that ordinary perception is the incarnation. The whole thing. So just by existing, by being enfleshed,
Yes.
we are the crucifixion. We are the whole story. We're Adam and Eve and the whole spiel.